how would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
I didn't ask about deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does he
Franco.
come from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
who picks the autocrat?
Frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings were
isn't that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that stage.
And then no more votes afterwards.
Absolutely.
Finally, we have the right perspective on the debacle that is Jubilee.
Somebody sent me something. I know it was just rage bait. They have, for whatever reason, this is stupid thing where they have somebody, that debates, and then they have 20 people sitting in a circle around the person that they don't agree with them. And for some reason, they've added the musical chair element to it. He'll say things like, the president is not tough on crime. Just to get these conservatives frothing at the mouth. So the second he finishes his question, all these that are sitting around, they're going to scramble to the chair.
And it's from this man, show favorite and well-known comedian Bill Burr.
The most violent relationships that are on the books are between lesbian partners. Yes, when people are intimate,
that's not a true
that is
statistic.
actually true.
No, the statistic you're talking about is people who have faced domestic violence.
He'd also comment on a clip we saw from Candace Owens appearing on the platform.
I saw another one. It was a black woman. She was conservative, and then there was a bunch of liberals. And then she'd be like, yeah, let me tell you this. If, you got hairy armpits and hairy legs, I don't want to hear your political opinion because you're a liberal douche. And then they're just like, run up to the... And then this full-grown adult basically tears a kid a new... it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And nobody comes away going like, wow, that guy made a good point. They don't. Everybody is locked in.
Him stating it's so stupid is simplistic yet accurate. Think of the damage this platform continues to cause because they are chasing the clicks.
Right?
No, I'm not. You're leveraging
nobody
the
on
position of
quote unquote
emotion.
my side of the aisle is trying to deport you. The only shutting down is being done by you.
They're actually
The only
trying to
shutting down is being
genocide my
done by
entire
you.
race. So what are you talking
Wow.
about? Oh, what
You're
are you talking about?
You're a white genocide guy?
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
The fact
I'm amazed that Jubilee find some of you guys. How did they find you?
Do you see
Did
what
they
you're
email
doing?
you? Do you have Gmail?
Why are you trying to oust me?
These white people were saying, my people, Caucasians, my peeps, my white A's were going on saying that they were Native Americans. He's like, and then he's like, my family has been here since the 1500s, so I got a lot of skin in this game. Oh, you taking credit for what they did back then? Like what, owning slaves and participating in a genocide? This dude, if you would have thought he was holding the tree that wooden teeth douche chopped down. I got a lot of skin in this game. We've been Americans for a long time. Oh, so you're a Nepo baby American? Anyway, I really didn't like that guy because I could see what a psycho temper he had, and I really saw a lot of myself in him.
On the guess that Jubilee decided to platform, Burr would rant some more.
I will say I did see this one angry conservative guy, and he goes, it's tribal now. The gloves are off. And it's just like, dude, have you considered getting off Facebook? Have you considered, getting offline? Have you considered not reading comment sections and just going for a walk? There's this thing a long time ago. There was a radio play called War of the Worlds. And for whatever reason, maybe because media was young at the time, mass media, whatever, radio, whatever the proper term is, they didn't realize the power of it. So they decided it would be funny if they just broke into their regular newscast and just said that aliens had landed and they were starting to down here. And people were listening. People committed suicide. And all they had to do, the big thing is all they had to do was turn the channel and they would hear that it wasn't on the other channel. And they just absolutely lost their mind. I feel like the internet is the new War of the Worlds. I'm telling you, I'm not saying the internet's not a fun place. Internet is like hard drugs. You do it once in a while.
He would also note another moment Candace Owens had on Jubilee as well.
And then on the other side, there was this ridiculous argument that both sides were making. When the conservative black woman was talking, she was saying that the sexual revolution actually made women less happy. So they were both arguing either side, and they were just throwing out statistics and interrupting one another. But no one was really getting to the main issue, that the sexual revolution had nothing to do with people's happiness or unhappiness. It's the squeeze of corporations. It's the shift of wealth going to like a handful of people, and the elimination of the middle class is what made people unhappy. It has nothing to do with whether you're married to someone that stays home and makes pies or goes out and has a career. All right? When you work for these new super nerds, remember how there was models and all of a sudden there was supermodels? Now you have super nerds like this ketamine Nazi Tesla guy, you know, suing his own company so he can get on the get created by credit. Yeah, that's what's making people unhappy.
All right, so look, I'm going to keep it very, very, very real, and I'm going to try to keep this as condensed as possible. There are so many different ways that mass media is capitulating to fascism. One thing that is not helping is this, like, debate me, bro, political discourse that's going on. Because as Mehdi Hassan said in his Jubilee, which I have watched parts of, I will never watch a full one, is I don't debate fascists. With how it has gone completely mainstream, and Americans have just lost the plot of what fascism is, Jubilee is airing this stuff intentionally. And they're airing it intentionally to have shock value. That is their currency. Eyeballs are a direct correlation that stems from shock value. It is the most prime example is a car crash. You cannot look away. So you watch and you watch and you watch. That is what they're banking on. And let me also be clear about something. Taylor Lorenz, who has been dragged through the mud these last 2 weeks for her reporting on Chorus, interviewed the founder of Jubilee, and he said they vet people. And I have to think that either they do and they have no problem with literal white supremacists like one of those dudes who went out and did events with Nick Fuentes, who is a white supremacist, or they don't vet. And that's him just trying to save face. Regardless, this is the product they have now. It is not helping anybody. I agree with Bill Burr that there's no winner and loser here. We all lose. Because none of this should be airing. No one should be profiting off of this. It's hot garbage. What we should be having, and I'm sorry to be that guy, are boring debates. What do I mean by that? On my podcast, The Rick Strom Show, I interviewed Professor Michael Wolff. And when I was preparing for that interview, I would watch some of his debates. And what I mean by boring is not a reality show style approach to politics. I mean, have two professors who are in their 60s, 70s, and let them make their points without getting interrupted every 2 seconds. And let's see what they bring to the table in a respectful manner of hearing what one has to say, having rebuttal time for about a minute, and then they could do a small amount of back and forth respectfully. What we have here is people that are trying to make a name for themselves. One dude said that he lost his job because he went on Jubilee, the fascist guy, when he didn't even have a job at all. According to some reporting, he lost his job months prior to and was profiting via, I don't even think it was GoFundMe. I think it was Give, Send, Go. And he made a lot of money. So I just look at this objectively from a wide angle lens and I say, what is the goal of this. Jubilee will have its saying on what that is, but it's not being met. And at the end of the day, it does not mean anything. It doesn't help anybody except the side of the fascists, because they get to sound louder and more emboldened, and you are supplying a platform to that. And I think when we look back on this, we will think that this did way more harm than good.